The 2022 Tasmanian Architecture Awards are proudly supported by the Australian Institute of Architects' national corporate partners, BlueScope and Taubmans, Alspec, Dulux and Brickworks, Bondor Techno, Lysart, Fielders and Bosch, Plan Cover and Architecture Media, as well as the Tasmanian chapter partners, Aldenmark, Access Solutions, Brickworks, Fairbrother, Mackay Timber, Southern Lighting and Distribution, Tasmanian Heritage Council and Allegion.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to the 2022 Tasmanian Architecture Awards. It's great to be back hosting this celebration of great architecture across Tasmania. To begin, I'd like to acknowledge that the Tasmanian members live, work and are gathered this evening on the lands of the Palawa people, traditional owners of Tasmania. I would like to pay my respect to elders and community as continuing custodians of this land and their rich cultural heritage. Now, I know many of the members are gathered right now at Spring Bay Mill, one of last year's award-winning projects. So a big shout out to you all, and I'm looking forward to a live cross or few as the evening progresses. Well, we have a very big night ahead, so let's get underway. I'd like to hand over to Ross Bainham from Alspec, sponsors of the Tasmanian President's Prize, to say a few words before we hear from Stuart Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Alspec is extremely pleased to be supporting the Institute and the Tasmanian Architecture Awards. Best of luck to all the wonderful entrances tonight. And now it's my pleasure to hand over to the Tasmanian Chapter Presidents to announce the winner of the Tasmanian President's Prize.
Peter Cripps, architect, has built a legacy that few Tasmanian practitioners can lay claim. His contributions to heritage preservation and knowledge around building contracts and architectural practice are virtually unmatched. Graduating from the Hobart Technical College in 1967, Peter became a registered architect in 1971 and embarked on a long career spanning almost 5 decades. Peter continued to have a critical input to our profession. He is a life member of the Royal Australian Institute of Architects, a founding member of the Fellow of the Institute of Arbiters, a building surveyor and city architect, a member of the Australian International Council of Monuments and Sites, and a life member of the Society for the Protection of Ancient Buildings. In the architectural community, Peter is a living treasure, quietly doing much of this behind the scenes with humility and grace. Peter applies a straight and penetrating approach to complex issues. He is utterly professional, a willing teacher, and a great mentor. His encyclopedic knowledge of heritage is an enormous asset to the profession. His calm, erudite, and kind nature combine with an immeasurable career. And so it is with unreserved pleasure that I announce the 2022 President's Prize recipient, Peter Cripps.
And well, I am delighted to be able to have a quick chat with Peter Cripps, who's been pulled out of the party at Spring Bay Mill. Congratulations, Peter. How does it feel to receive this prize?
Oh, quite overwhelming, actually. Yes, a surprise, but yes, marvellous.
And I can hear the applause there in the background. There is that little 20-second delay between real time and the stream. Now, Peter, we heard just some of your very many accomplishments and achievements in the citation read there by Stuart Tanner. Are there any moments in your career that you'd particularly like to comment on or reflect on?
Oh, yes, very many, but to draw on one might be the thing to do. I've been very much involved in looking after the heritage sector in our community, and that sort of came to me as a great surprise, really, when the late director of National Parks, Peter Murrell, phoned me up and asked me if I'd have a look at the penitentiary. And I did so, and then the problems there seemed to be so complex that I thought that rather than write him a letter and try and explain in writing what should be done, that I should get him on site. So we met on site, we looked at the penitentiary, and then we looked at the rest of the site, and we talked about all the problems of conserving the place. And during the process, it was obvious that Peter Murrell's mind was racing ahead and thinking, goodness, how am I going to possibly manage all this? And I was getting those vibes that it wasn't going to happen. We ended up in the backyard of the penitentiary. It was a very windy day, equinoxial winds blowing, and a bit like today. And we were standing there in the courtyard looking at the decaying walls and the rubbish on them and the extraordinary problems in front of us. I looked down and suddenly realised that something was happening at my feet, more importantly at Peter's feet. And I stopped him mid-sentence and pointed to him. I said, Peter, look, just look at your feet. And there was the shadow of the penitentiary chimney oscillating backwards and forwards across his feet as the wind blew. And he was speechless. And he turned to me and he said, I don't know how I'm going to fund this, but you've got a lot of work in front of you. And that's a moment that obviously it led to about 15 years' work at Port Arthur, and it's obviously something that's really stuck in my mind. Yes.
Oh, what an extraordinary story, Peter, and an incredible moment. And Peter, is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge or thank who you've worked with along the way in your extraordinary career?
Well, obviously I'd like to thank my good wife. But then, yes, I've mentioned Peter Murrell, my late partner, Charles Crawford, a late architectural colleague from Sydney, Peter McCallum, who dragged me kicking and streaming into the National Contracts Committee, and of course Michael Peck, who was director of the Institute at the time. I did all the work on developing the suite of contracts that I was involved in developing and promoting. So yes, I think I would like to acknowledge the great work and the support that they've provided me with over the years.
Oh, well, look, wonderful to be able to have a quick chat with you tonight, Peter. I know that you've probably got several people waiting back behind that curtain who'd like to congratulate you. So on that note, I'll thank you, congratulate you, and have a great night.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Well, moving on to the SWT Blythe Student Prize, supported by category partner Brickworks. This prize is awarded annually to a student for a piece of work produced in the preceding academic year from the University of Tasmania's Architecture and Design courses. And I'd like to hand over to Catherine Ray from Brickworks to introduce the nominees.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Brickworks Building Products. Brickworks are proud to be partnering with the Tasmanian chapter. We're delighted to be supporting the SWT Blythe Student Prize. Congratulations to each of the entrants on their outstanding work. Now let's take a look at the nominees.
The Civic Apartment by Jasmine Kenzie Laxmono. Dharavi Project, also by Jasmine Kenzie Laxmono. Submerged Elevation by Pei Kai Tan. Neo Gaia by Rui Shenchong. Little Green Extension by Xingting Nung. And Collective Stride by Angelica Graciela Sujana. And without any further ado, the SWT Blythe Student Prize is awarded to Neo Gaia by Rui Shenchong. The jury were impressed by Neo Gaia as a thoroughly developed and inspirational project that uses consistent and thoughtful detailing, supportive presentation graphics, and a well-considered staged master plan for the proposal. A sense of place and culture has been threaded through all aspects of the scheme, from the architecture to the rich and visually stimulating graphics, using contemporary graphic motifs combined with traditional patterns and sea life to offer a visual story that supports the project. Congratulations, Rui Shenchong. And we were hoping to be able to have a quick chat with Rui Shenchong about the winning project, but it looks like she hasn't quite made it to the party yet. So on behalf of everyone, congratulations once again on receiving the SWT Blythe Student Prize. And now, let's move on. And now to the announcement of the Emerging Architect Prize, which is supported by BlueScope. The Emerging Architect Prize recognises an individual or collaboration's contribution to architectural practice, education, design and excellence, advancing the profession's role within the public arena. So, who was on the jury this year? Stuart Tanner, 2021 winner Emily Alston, with Imagine co-chairs Catherine Vand and Aaron Lagoon. And now, without any further ado, the winner of the 2022 Emerging Architect Prize is Jason Light from Light Architecture. Jason Light has made an outstanding contribution to architectural design, community and leadership in Tasmania. He has continuously worked on award-winning projects in his former role as Associate at Cumulus Studio and as Director of his own practice, Light Architecture. He has made a significant contribution to Tasmanian regional tourism developments and has also been recognised as a future leader. He has proven himself over the years to be a supportive and collegial member of the architecture community, acting as Imagine Chair, Chapter Counsellor and Vice President of the Tasmanian Chapter of the Institute. As both a community leader and architect, Jason has a clear trajectory toward developing an enduring architectural practice, with a high design and innovation ethic at its core. Congratulations, Jason Light. And a very dapper-looking Jason Light joins me now. He's been pulled out of the party. Jason, congratulations. How nice to see you again.
Thank you so much. Good to see you too.
Now, we spoke last year because you won the named award for your beautiful floating sauna project. This year, obviously, it's the Emerging Architect Prize. Can I ask you, what does it mean to be acknowledged with this honour this year?
It feels like it's been a big 12 months and it feels like a pretty big deal for the main reason that I just feel like the Tasmanian architectural profession is blessed with an amazing architectural community and I'm pretty proud to be a part of that. And just feel pretty genuinely over the moon to have been acknowledged in this way, because I know that we've got so many talented people out there.
Well, exactly, and I know that the Emerging Architect Prize can provide a platform to advocate for, particular issues that you consider to be important, Jason. Are there any issues that you would like to see promoted in your role as the Tasmanian Emerging Architect Prize recipient?
That's a great question. I think I mean, we're at a pretty interesting time in the world at the moment in general. I think as long as we're all kind of looking after each other and supporting each other as much as we can, not just in the architectural community, but more broadly speaking, I think it might sound cliche, but the more collegial we can be, and we're really lucky in Tasmania that we are an extremely collegial community, and I'm one of the kind of fortunate people who have probably reaping the benefits from that. So yeah, I just hope that continues and continues to build. I've been super lucky to have some awesome people in my, I guess, life who have steered me and given me the confidence in my career. Like the guys at Cumulus, specifically Todd and Pete, gave me a lot of confidence, and Yvette Breitenbach, in her time as president of the Institute, was just amazing. And you can't do anything without support. And I guess that's my main message, I think, on the spot.
Oh, sorry to put you on the spot there with a curly question. Thought it was worth a shot though. Now you've mentioned a few people there in acknowledgement. Is there anyone else that you'd like to thank, Jason, before I let you get back to the party?
I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Rach. She's also an architect, and it's amazing to have someone that really understands what you're going through. You can't do anything on your own, and that goes in professional life and personal life, and the Institute for absolutely, they're a powerhouse team in Tassie with Jen, Katie, and Fee. They do unbelievable amount of work, and of course the sponsors as well. We wouldn't be here without them. I think that might cover it.
You've summed it up nicely there. Well, look, Jason, congratulations once again on this great achievement. All the best in the running now, obviously, for the National Emerging Architect Prize. So good luck on that score. And on that note, I'll let you go and enjoy the night.
Thanks so much. Have a great night.
Now moving on to the main awards categories, where the jury can bestow 3 types of recognition. Commendations are recognitions of excellence. Awards are given to projects that are exceptional in both design and in execution. And named awards are the highest honour that can be bestowed in each category. Now, if you've joined us for previous live streams, you'll know that we'll be aiming to cross live to the winners of the named awards tonight. So, if you're an entrant, remember to stay close to Skype during the stream, as we'd love to have a quick chat with you about your winning project. And if you're at the party right now and you see a chapter staff member running towards you, follow them. They'll be bringing you over for your live cross. Now, each of the main awards categories has been assessed by a jury of peers, which included Timothy Herberg as jury chair, with Lucy Burke-Smith, Dick Jarman, Jason Light and Judith Abel. And they certainly had their work cut out for them this year, assessing 31 nominees across the main awards categories. On behalf of the Institute, I'd like to acknowledge their efforts and thank them for their deliberations. And now, let's get into the announcements. We'll begin with urban design, supported by Access Solutions. And Lydia Dales has sent through this message.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful night at the awards. Access Solutions is so grateful for your support over the last couple of years, and it means so much for us to be able to give back to the community. As part of that, we're going to look at the next 4 projects entered into the urban design category.
Goulburn Street Housing by Cumulus. North Esk Pedestrian Bridge, University of Tasmania by John Wardle Architects. Royal Hobart Hospital Redevelopment by Lyons with Terroir. And The Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with Woha. And from the field of nominees, the jury have awarded a commendation for urban design to North Esk Pedestrian Bridge, University of Tasmania by John Wardle Architects. This project has expertly organised its key functional components of precast concrete bridge structure, stainless steel balustrade, concrete and grid mesh stairs, into a minimal and encompassing narrative. Congratulations, John Wardle Architects. And an award for urban design goes to Goulburn Street Housing by Cumulus. The street and internal laneway facades of the three-storey Goulburn Street development are carefully informed by the scale, materiality and fenestration of the adjoining streetscape. The use of pyramidal pitched roof forms with severely clipped eaves echoes the pitched roof modelling of some of the earlier buildings of this neighbourhood. The jury consider this to be a meticulously crafted example of contemporary contextualism. Congratulations to the team at Cumulus. And the highest honour in this category, the Dirk Bolt Award for Urban Design, is awarded to The Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with Woha. The six-level Hedberg, located on a prominent city corner, abuts and extends the iconic two-level Theatre Royal heritage landmark. A series of orthogonally derived interlocking forms establishes a contextual relationship with its surroundings, augmented through deliberate materiality and colour choices. The overall impact of these devices, striping, subtle colour changes, contrasting dark panels, and the reflectivity of the panelling, all assists to masterfully deconstruct the visual bulk of the Hedberg on this iconic Hobart site. Congratulations, Liminal Architecture with Woha. And I'm joined now by Peter Heffernan from Liminal Architecture. Peter, congratulations to you and the team.
Thank you, Viv. It's quite an honour. Thank you.
Well, I was going to ask how it feels. Obviously, this is the named award in this category, and I understand from the jury citation that this project has completely transformed this iconic Hobart site. Can you give us a sense of what it was like for the practice to work on?
Well, having lived with this project, lived and breathed it for the last 9 years, 12 years if you consider when we actually started the feasibility, I think the collaborative nature, the strength of our collaborations with our architectural partner, WOHA, but also the client representatives, the university, the Theatre Royal and the state government. If it wasn't for the strength of that relationship, there were so many obstacles with this project. It was quite a complex kit of parts and it could have fallen over many times. So there was a lot of investment in working with the Heritage Council, a lot of investment working with the planners, working with our consultant Lee Woolley in the urban strategies, so there was quite a bit of rigour behind this, so it's very rewarding to have received this award.
And I guess a project like this is obviously going to have a fantastic long-term benefit to the people of Hobart. Can I ask what you hope the legacy of this project will be?
Well, I think it always had an ambitious vision, and it was an important investment in elevating Tasmania's creative sector. So I think with this project, it starts to realise that Tasmania is on the global stage when it comes to creativity and the performing arts, and hopefully this building will help support and amplify those efforts.
And you mentioned there your collaborators, WOHA, and some of the stakeholders who are involved in the project, Peter. Is there anyone else that you'd particularly like to acknowledge or thank who's been involved in this very long journey from the sounds of things?
It's an incredible long journey. Our incredible team, of course. We've got some liminals in the audience there, so I hope they're enjoying the evening. There's a very extensive team that is required to deliver a project. So basically, this award is for everyone that made the project happen, and there were quite a few of them. So.
Excellent. Well, a big shout out to the Liminal team who are at Spring Bay Mill. I hope that there are cheers happening in the audience right now. Anything else you'd like to say before I let you go, Peter?
Just thanks to the jury and, of course, the sponsors who enable an awards program that recognises excellence to happen.
Oh, well said. And look, hear, and congratulations to you and everyone involved in this project, Peter. On that note, I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, Viv.
Well, the next category is Sustainable Architecture, supported by category sponsor Bosch. And to introduce the nominees in this category, I'd like to hand over to Adam Price. Over to you, Adam.
Thanks, Viv, and hi everyone. We are delighted to be supporting the Sustainable category at tonight's Tasmanian Architecture Awards. This category recognises projects which excel in architecture, display innovation and excellence in terms of environmental sustainability. On behalf of Bosch, we would like to wish every nominated in this category the very best of luck. The jury has shortlisted 3 projects in sustainable architecture, and here are some of the nominees.
Spring Bay Mill, Ridge Quarters by Gilby and Bruin Architecture. House in Tasmania, Big Red by Architect George. And Casa Acton by Archia. Thanks so much for that message, Adam. And in the category of Sustainable Architecture, we have one announcement to make. The jury have given an award for Sustainable Architecture to Spring Bay Mill Ridge Quarters by Gilby and Bruin Architecture. This project fulfills all the primary sustainable criteria. Its demountable, relocatable, reusable structure touches the ground lightly and could be relocated elsewhere and repurposed at any time. Its industrial aesthetic, echoing the materiality of the original structures, is emphasised by being both robust and fit for purpose, with internal materials and recycled sources. Congratulations, Gilby and Bruin Architecture. And now to Small Project Architecture, supported by Allegion. And to introduce the nominees in this category, I'd like to hand over to Stephen Hughes from Allegion, who's sent through this message for everyone watching tonight.
Hi everyone, looking forward to seeing you all again in Tasmania soon and looking after all your door hardware schedule and specification needs. There are 2 projects in this category. The first, Night's Rest by Saxon Hall Architecture, and Long Beach Amenities by Preston Lane. And now for the announcement. Back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Stephen. And of the 2 entrants in this category, the jury have awarded the highest honour. The Peter Wilmot Award for Small Project Architecture goes to Long Beach Amenities by Preston Lane. Congratulations. Hugging the contours of the playground at Sandy Bay's Long Beach, this new amenities facility provides a delightfully subtle interpretation to the toilet block typology. Careful colour selection and delicate articulation of the building envelope allows the building to bleed seamlessly into the landscape. Long Beach Amenities building is a wonderful example of how a small building can have a widespread and generous community impact, making it a sustainable typology for the future. Congratulations, Preston Lane. Well, congratulations indeed to Preston Lane, and I'm joined now by Daniel Lane. He's been pulled out of the room at Spring Bay Mill to take the call. Congratulations, Daniel. How does it feel to receive this award tonight?
Thanks, Viv. Yeah, we're very, very happy. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Excellent. Now, I understand from the longer form jury citation that you played a key role here extending the client's brief to deliver some additional community benefit. Can you give us a sense of what was involved?
Yeah, look, I suppose with the amenities block, I suppose we sort of want to provide a little bit more than just toilets. So we had to sort of, locate the building. We wanted to, locate it, adjacent to the parkland and also the oval and also the water where people congregate. So we sort of, created a lid on top of the building as well where people can sort of, sit, look out to the view and things as well.
Fantastic. And small project architecture can obviously deliver enormous community benefit. Do you have a sense of how much this project has contributed to the local community so far, or what it could potentially do in the future?
Oh, look, well, I don't know. We haven't had any arguments or any issues at the moment, I suppose, to date. So we're very happy with the way it's all been received. And I think that we're sort of really trying to provide a safe place for people at the playground to look after their kids. Their kids can go to the toilets and they can be comfortable. They're actually going to be seen visibly and it just provides a nice space rather than actually being a toilet block, which is cold and dreary. It's a nice place to be.
Fantastic. And anyone that you'd like to acknowledge who was involved in this project?
First and foremost, we'd like to thank our client, the Hobart City Council, and obviously as well our whole staff. I mean, everyone in the office played a role in this project. With all of our projects, actually, we actually like to play their, to put their 2 bobs forward. So yeah, everyone in the office did play a role in the project.
Fantastic. And before I let you go to head back to the applause that's no doubt awaiting you in the next room, is there anything you'd like to add?
No. Not really. We'll just have a good night tonight and have some drinks. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, fantastic, Daniel. Well, look, on that note, I'll let you go and enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Moving on to Heritage, supported by the Tasmanian Heritage Council. And to introduce these nominees, I'd like to hand over to Genevieve Lilly, the Heritage Council Deputy Chair.
Hi everyone, welcome to the evening. There are 2 entries into this category, Fusilia's Cottage by Bence Mulcahy and The Hedberg by Liminal Architecture in conjunction with WOHA. Good luck to both practices, and now for the announcement, back to the studio.
Thank you so much for that message, Genevieve. And the jury have given an award for heritage to Fusilia Cottage by Bence Mulcahy. Congratulations.
The resolution of the design is successful in mitigating impact to the cottage and integrates and retains the significant streetscape qualities of the building, its garden and large sycamore tree. The internal timber joinery of the cottage is inverted to the contemporary exteriors, and the external materiality of the cottage is internalised within the addition.
Congratulations, Bence Mulcahy. And the Roy Sharrington Smith Award for Heritage goes to The Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with WOHA. Well done once again.
This project adaptively reuses the early 20th century Hedberg Brothers garage, together with an infill development which wraps the prominent streetscape corner, connecting the historic Theatre Royal. Artefacts retained from site excavations have been integrated in an interpretive program, both internally and externally, providing tangible connections to the layered and continued history of the place. This project stands as an exemplary response to contemporary design within historic precincts. Congratulations once again, Liminal Architecture with WOHA.
And we'll be back with the next round of announcements after these messages from the Institute's corporate partners.
Established in 1974, Alspec is the market leader in the design and distribution of innovative aluminium systems across Australia. Aluminium is strong, lightweight and 100% recyclable. Alspec is committed to sustainability and building Australia's future.
When it's time to build on quality that's proven in Australia's harsh environment. Build on Lysart, steel roofing and walling. Style. Experience. Excellence. You have it all when you choose Lysart, steel roofing and walling. Insist on the best. Insist on Lysart.
Now you can easily bring your projects to life with Dulux BIM Solutions. Dulux BIM Solutions provides easy-to-use BIM content, so you can add Dulux colours and product ranges to your Revit and ArchiCAD models quickly and simply. The latest Dulux BIM content update now includes the Dulux World of Colour and product ranges from Dulux powder coatings, protective coatings, Acrotex and Intergrain timber finishes. Dulux BIM Solutions, inspiring creativity.
Hi, we are Alderman.
Al.
That was in your face. Sorry. Go
ahead.
Right.
Al.
Al. Dan. Mark. What are you doing out here? This is recording.
Just show my. What?
Dan.
Mark. And smile. Mark. Mark. Smarty pants, go. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, we are Alderman, and you are watching the Tasmanian.
We all have a story, a life, a voice. More than just bricks and mortar. We tell the story of the people around us, among us. Over time, we are reimagined, repurposed, reinvigorated. To you who constantly dream, who look for new angles, who breathe new life into old space, who embrace the past and explore the future. To you, we thank you. Thank you for reimagining. Tasmania's historic heritage places.
Well, the announcements so far have celebrated recent work, but the next category recognises exceptional architecture completed at least 25 years ago that continues to be important today, enduring architecture. And so, without any further ado, the award for enduring architecture goes to Clarence Council Chambers by Bush Parks, Shug and Moon.
The Clarence Council Chambers is distinctively Tasmanian, while embracing universal modernist ideas. The use of local materials and the careful articulation of building, space and landform produced an architecture of civic identity, in a manner that would come to characterise Tasmanian architecture in the coming decades. It is an enduring building, representative of an important phase in the evolution of Tasmanian architecture. Congratulations, Bush Parks, Shug and Moon.
And now to the category of commercial architecture, supported by Lysart. And I'd like to give the Lysart team a big shout out and thank you so much for your support of the Institute and also this awards program. And without any further ado, I'm delighted to announce that the jury has given an award for commercial architecture to Spring Bay Mill Ridge Quarters by Gilbey and Bruin Architecture. Congratulations once again to the team.
Appearing as the remnants of a runaway train separated from its engine, the former wood chip mill accommodation quarters merge into the landscape as a further discarded relic of this abandoned site. The jury applauds Gilbey and Bruin Architecture for their achievements not only in the sustainable architecture category but also for commercial architecture. Congratulations, Gilby and Bruin.
And now moving on to interior architecture, which is supported by Dulux. And I'd like to hand over to Lauren de Graaf from Dulux to introduce the nominees in this category.
Hi everyone. Dulux are thrilled to be a part of tonight's awards and to continue its long-standing support of the Institute. We would like to congratulate all of tonight's category winners. There are 2 nominees for the interior architecture category: the Royal Hobart Hospital redevelopment by Lyons with Terrier, and the Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with Woha. Good luck to the project teams, and now back to the studio for the announcement.
Thank you so much for that message, Lauren. And I'm delighted to announce that the jury has awarded the Alexander North Award for Interior Architecture to the Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with Woha.
The Interiors program is fully integrated with bespoke furniture, wayfinding and event signage, and a complex technical and performance brief. Internal voids provide connectivity for patrons over the multiple levels of performing and creative art spaces. This enhances opportunities for the activation of public spaces for flexible programs, extending their use in a way which will enhance patrons' experience of both performance and the building itself.
Congratulations once again to the team. Well, the next 3 categories cover residential architecture, and we'll begin with multiple housing, which is supported by Brickworks. And now it's over to Andrew Barham from Brickworks to introduce the nominees in this category.
Hi everyone, Andrew Barham from Brickworks here. As always, very proud to be sponsors of this awards night. Hope the night's going well. It's now time to have a look at the 4 nominees for the Residential Architecture Multiple Housing category.
Batch House Apartments by Mark Drury and Partners Architects. Goulburn Street Housing by Cumulus. The Mary's Hope by Starbox Architecture. And UTAS Melville Street by Nettleton Tribe.
4 great entrants there, and the jury have given an award to UTAS Melville Street by Nettleton Tribe.
The first thing one notices when approaching this complex of buildings is the generous public spaces and connective pathways at ground level. Within the main residential building, the generosity of space continues in the shared spaces by providing multiple zones of areas for student study, play and social engagement. This positive contribution to Hobart provides large-scale, quality accommodation.
Congratulations, Nettleton Tribe. And the highest honour in this category, the Ray Heffernan Award for Residential Architecture Multiple Housing, goes to Goulburn Street Housing by Cumulus. Congratulations.
This is a large multi-residential development that successfully achieves its aim to sit comfortably within its much smaller residential context. This is achieved by careful consideration and use of local materiality, and examples of fenestration approaches of nearby buildings utilised in new and playful ways. Each apartment, although necessarily modest in scale, feels larger than its floor area might suggest due to clever planning and connection to its own private external space. The jury consider this to be an excellent example of housing with dignity for both the elderly and disabled in much needed proximity to the city. Congratulations once again to Cumulus.
And I have the team from Cumulus pulled out of the room to have a quick chat. Congratulations, guys. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Excellent. Now, congratulations also on receiving an award for urban design a little earlier in the night. This is obviously the named award for multiple housing. What does it mean to you as a practice to receive the highest honour in this category for this project?
It's an absolute excitement for us. I mean, I think we really got to thank Communities Tasmania for being willing to push us and to, I guess, challenge what social housing can be. And for us, it's one of the first social housing projects we've done as practice, so it's super exciting to really push where that could go within Tassie, obviously.
A really big thank you as well to Fairbrother. They delivered the project really well.
Oh, good on you. And, well, is there anyone else that you'd like to acknowledge or thank?
Also, just the Cumulus team. I think we were all very passionate about creating an outcome that could be aspirational. We didn't have any sense of limiting the outcome just because of what it was.
And I guess just also a quick thanks to the big team of consultants.
Excellent. Sorry, that the good old delay. It's like foreign correspondent here. I still have to get used to the fact that I have to wait before I jump in with another question, guys. Apologies. But I do want to pick up on one thing that the jury made specific mention of in their citation, which was this notion of housing with dignity. Would you like to give us your thoughts on that jury comment, if that's okay with you, or what you're really proud of having achieved with this project?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really big driver from the start that this shouldn't just be a sort of second-rate project within the office. It should be actually just considered as being really good housing for people. And I guess we always thought about it with a level of humility that, you know, it could be someone you know or your family that might live there, and it shouldn't be some second-rate design exercise.
And any final thoughts before I let you go back to the party?
Just that we're, wrapped with the outcome of the project, I think all of us, and we're just, proud to see that it hopefully will stand a test of time building. It's durable, it's robust, and hope that people can have very happy lives living there.
Oh, well, hear, well said, guys, and congratulations to you and everyone. Oh, one more thing to say, jump right in, yep.
We just wanted to shout out to Communities Tas. They really believed in us and what we wanted to do, and they were great clients.
Well, hear. Look, congratulations, guys, to you and to everyone involved in this project, and I'll let you go now and enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Cheers.
And now, moving on to residential architecture, alterations and additions. And this category is supported by Aldenmark. And now it's over to Tim Watson, who's sent through this message.
Hi everyone. Aldenmark are stoked to be a part of the AIOA Awards program once again. As usual, Tasmanian architects in this year's event have proven they have the ability to design some of the best architectural projects in the country. Well done to all entries. The jury has considered 2 projects in this category. Fusler Cottage by Bence McKay and Room for Wisteria by Lee Woolley Architect. Over to you in the studio for the announcement.
Thanks, Tim. And in this category, the jury have awarded the highest honour. The Edith Emery Award for Residential Architecture, Alterations and Additions goes to Fusilier Cottage by Bence Mulcahy.
This alteration to Fusilier's cottage is a sensitively placed, contemporary lean-to that offers the occupants a uniquely sociable living condition within the closely held heritage context of Battery Point. Here, the garden room extension offers a new condition. The occupants can still enjoy the enclosed feeling of the cottage, but they can also open their home via sliding screens and glazed doors to connect with the passing traffic of tourists, locals and slow-moving vehicles. Congratulations, Bence Mulcahy.
And they've been whipped out of the party next door to come and have a chat. It's Team Bence Mulcahy. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Viv. Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to receive this award, particularly. What do you want to talk? Yep.
Yeah. Look, let's riff. I was going to ask you a probing question, but just jump on in, Seamus.
I thought you were, and I just cracked on, and I thought you were about to ask a question. It's a project that we started many years ago, and it's a complex little project, and it's taken a long time to finally get done. And look, it's lovely to complete it, and we're very proud of it. And obviously we thank the jury for considering it worthy, and the Institute obviously for running the awards, and also for my colleagues who aren't here tonight. Han's here obviously with me, but Sophie and Beck, who are involved, and Johnny and Dylan, who's left, he's not here. So everyone's, and Mike Renshaw also, who's been a big part of it too. So it's been a great project, and look, this whole thing's a bit subjective. So if anything, when I was a student, I really loved Lee did a number of really great houses here in Tassie that were quite influential, and Lee hasn't done much work for a number of years, and he's been working as an urban design consultant, doing much broader things, much more important things. So it's lovely, obviously, that Lee has a house in this category with us, and it's really great that he's got a build project, and it's a pleasure, obviously, to share this category with him tonight, and we acknowledge that, the whole thing's subjective and it could have gone both ways, but it's great, yeah.
Well, fantastic. Now, I will come in with a quick probing question, because I know that there are many people around Australia are familiar with Battery Point, obviously, a beautiful heritage context. Can I just ask you quickly, working within that environment, how did that play out in your design response here for your clients?
Yeah, look, just on our side, I won't bang on about it because people tune off and go to sleep, but there's a number of pipes and all kinds of infrastructure that go, illegal infrastructure that go under our site that were only discovered when you start digging. There's a large tree that has sort of a root ball. There's neighbours that have views and stuff, and then there's just the building that we're building against, that has its own life and history and culture. And then there's also the streetscape and people that stick their head over the fence and can see what's happening. And it's all kind of complex, and it comes together in a project. But this one was really great because we worked closely with Heritage Council to start with, and we had them on site, and they had us have a look, and we talked about how close the building could sit to the new building, and what was important about the old building. And the same with Hobart City Council Heritage officers. They don't do that now. You have to email them, but once they come on site and have a look. So and just talking to people, talking to the neighbours, talking to the people that care, and with careful consultation and a bit of sort of effort, what is terribly complex kind of unravels and eventually sort of works. I don't know. I don't know.
And, well, final question for you is just relating to the clients. I'm not sure if they're at the party there with you. Do you have a message for them?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you. Mark Hayward and Sopan, they live in Indonesia. So the whole thing was, once again, done via Zoom prior to the pandemic. So that was good practice. So they've been wonderful and have become really good friends and good advocates. And also, prior to the clients, they only came to us because Mark's brother was the builder, James Hayward, who we've done some projects with before. And James is an absolute angel, and he's done projects before. He's doing projects with us now, and we've got projects with him lined up. So he's been terrific as well. And the whole thing was obviously slow and complex, but a labour of love for everyone, and a pleasure to work on. And I hope Mark's probably in Indonesia, so hopefully he's watching. Hopefully he is. Really. Maybe. Yeah, so it's all good.
Fabulous. Well, look, on that note, guys, I'll let you get back to the party. Congratulations to you, the client, everyone who was involved, and have a great night.
Yeah, thanks, Viv, and yeah, thanks.
everyone. Cheers.
And now to the final of the residential architecture categories, Houses New, supported by Southern Lighting and Distribution. And each year I wonder how Stuart Hamilton and Landon Bannister will take their message to the next level. Well, this year they're on wheels.
G'day everyone, Landon and Stu here. Hope everyone is having a fantastic evening. No doubt we are somewhere out there. This year sees 10 projects entered in this category. So let's take a look at the fantastic entries in residential architecture, Houses New. Let's go.
Bluff House, Spring Beach by Preston Lane. Casa Acton by Archia. Dolphin Sands Studio by Matt Williams Architects. House in Tasmania, Big Red by Architect George. Maze Point House by Tanner Architects. River Rocks by David Luck Architecture. Riverstone by Cumulus. South Farmhouse by Rosevere Stevenson. The Boathouse by Maguire and Devine Architects. And View House by Archia.
Well, what a field, and thanks so much for that message, Stuart and Landon, always outdoing yourselves. And the jury have awarded a commendation for residential architecture Houses New to Bluff House, Spring Beach by Preston Lane.
While it is inarguably luxurious, the white weatherboard gable, anchored by the solid mass of its fireplace, sits unobtrusively on the site, fulfilling the client brief for an unassuming addition to the locality.
Congratulations, Preston Lane. And a commendation is also awarded to Casa Acton by Archia.
This project emerged as one elegant possibility for a housing conundrum. The funds for a build or the land, but not both. A blade wall and split level define the interior, allowing for clear or implied separation between service, sleep and living.
Congratulations, Archia. The jury have given an award for residential architecture Houses New to View House, also by Archia. Congratulations.
Firmly anchored into and taking advantage of its steeply sloping site, the dark brick frame of this home hides a complex series of spaces, offering occupants many ways to dwell throughout the day, over time, alone or surrounded by family. The greening of the front yard and upper level will eventually complete the picture, creating some connective tissue with the original bushy hillside.
Congratulations once again, Archia. And the highest honour in this category, the Esmond Dorney Award for Residential Architecture Houses New, is awarded to Maze Point House by Tanner Architects.
Benched into a broad slope running into Frederick Henry Bay, Maze Point is a sleek, concrete pavilion that has a weighty yet quiet presence on the site. A series of sleeping, sitting and living spaces stretch along a single level, under a winged roof, each focused on the extraordinary views to the south across the large rural property. This is a building that shows the cumulative effect of years of detail refinement across multiple Tanner Architects projects, and reflects the obvious benefits of a long working relationship between architect and builder. Congratulations, Tanner Architects.
And I'm joined now by Stuart Tanner. Stuart, congratulations. 10 projects entered in this category, highly contested. How does it feel to receive the named award?
Oh, look, I know it's well-worn word, but it really is overwhelming. Given that field that we've just seen, Look, I just think, as my beautiful wife says, everyone's a winner at these awards nights, because we're all operating right up in the stratosphere of the design field. And to deliver these projects is really quite hard and long, and it's exhausting at times. I know May's took nearly 4 years, and that's just as much as a testimony to our clients as anything else. But look, there's just such incredible work in this category. You know, you look at Craig's beautiful Southampton house, you've got Matt's incredible Dolphin Sands, it's sublime little cottage, Josh's beautiful little home. Look, it just, so to receive this is, it really is, it's quite something, and I just want to say that every entrant has just excelled.
Well, Stuart, well said. Now, the jury did in their citation make specific mention of the spirit of collaboration that you had on this project with client and also with the builder. Can you give us a bit of a sense of what it was like to work on?
Well, yes. I mean, the clients, for a start, I mean, all clients, put in us an enormous amount of trust. It's huge, and a significant amount of fun. So, you know, there's the trust and money, and so it's a very heady weight to bear. But our clients were unbelievable. They, you know, as I just said, the project was nearly 4 years, so that trust was just enduring. It was sustained all the way through. No matter what happened, they backed the project and backed our decisions, and they trusted our advice. And secondly, I do need to say that Scott Caldwell, our builder from Caldwell Built, was absolutely incredible. And I've done a number of buildings with him over the years, and we have a really strong working relationship, and there's an enormous amount of trust in that relationship. And his work is, you know, what he brings to a project is instrumental to what we do.
And Stuart, before I let you go, anyone that you'd like to thank, in addition to the people that you've just mentioned?
Well, yes, of course, our clients, Sandy and Pascal and Scott, but I also want to thank my beautiful, wonderful staff, Lara and Nicholas, who also worked incredibly hard on this project. I'd like to thank Jim Gandy, the engineer. He stepped up in semi-retirement to design this incredible roof. And it was a pleasure working with Jim. He's amazing. And lastly, I want to thank Kate, my beautiful wife, because she's been there for 20 years behind me and in a very sustained way backing the practice. So thank you.
Wonderful. Well, look, congratulations once again, Stuart, to you and to everyone involved. I'll let you go now to slip back behind the curtain and enjoy the evening.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
And we'll be back very shortly with the next round of announcements, educational and public architecture, after these messages from the Institute's corporate partners.
For more than 130 years, Bosch has designed products that spark enthusiasm, improve quality of life, and help conserve natural resources. We have built our reputation on design, quality, reliability, trust, and sustainability. In short, we want to create technology that is invented for life. With more than 200 international design awards attained over the past 5 years, Bosch is the clear leader in home appliances. Outstanding design requires both great form and function. For home appliances, invented for life means giving people peace of mind for their daily life at home.
COLORBOND, made by Australia.
You know, the sun comes up every day, so if something happened to you that day, you know, the next day is going to be a new day and you just start off fresh. So that's one of the reasons why that summer sun colour is also good for me, but it's also the centre of our Aboriginal flag. So being able to share my culture through my art is something that I want to do, and teaching, you know, my daughters and my kids how to continue to do that as well.
Well, the final two categories are educational and public architecture. The public architecture category is supported by Fairbrother. And now it's over to Paul Ransley from Fairbrother, who's sent through this message.
Hi everyone, it's great to be involved in the Tasmanian Architecture Awards once again this year. On the 1st of July, Fairbrother celebrates 50 years of building excellence. We're extremely proud of this achievement, and over this time we're grateful to have worked with many architects and industry professionals, many of whom are in the room tonight. I would like to wish all the entrants the very best of luck and pass on congratulations to all the winners tonight. And here are the 4 projects considered by the jury in the categories of education and public architecture.
Cradle Coast Campus at West Park, University of Tasmania, by John Wardle Architects, in collaboration with Phil Blythe Architects and Room 11. Dover District School, Year 11 and 12, redevelopment, by Bence Mulcahy. Royal Hobart Hospital redevelopment by Lyons with Terroir. And The Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with Woha.
Well, we'll begin with the announcements for educational architecture, where the jury have awarded a commendation to Dover District School Year 11-12 redevelopment by Bence Mulcahy.
Evocative but modest form-making captures the typology and materiality of the original 1950s district school, utilising skillion forms to activate a new classroom, while ancillary spaces inform the external silhouette.
Congratulations once again to Bence Mulcahy. And an award for educational architecture goes to Cradle Coast Campus at West Park, University of Tasmania, by John Wardle Architects, in collaboration with Phil Blythe Architects and Room 11.
The Cradle Coast campus manages its barren and windswept siting, utilising a generous, planted internal courtyard to provide relaxed recreation spaces and to internally focus dual levels of teaching, offices and support facilities. Jury concerns over the contextual relationship between old and new buildings were reconciled by the applauded retention of the former arts building, its renovation and integrated repurposing. Congratulations, John Wardle Architects, in collaboration with Phil Blythe Architects and Room 11.
Congratulations to the team. And moving on to public architecture. The jury have awarded a commendation to Royal Hobart Hospital redevelopment by Lions with Terroir.
This new 11-storey redevelopment is a technological juggernaut. The interiors are carefully crafted and planned to maximise natural light to inpatient wards, specialist areas not typically windowed, and to main corridors, providing surprise Hobart views.
Well done, Lions and Terroir. And the Alan C. Walker Award for Public Architecture, the highest honour in this category, goes to The Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with WOHA. Congratulations once again to the team.
Recognised in several categories already this evening, the jury applauds the Hedberg also in the category of public architecture. Despite a changing brief over 7 years, having a multitude of stakeholders of different disciplines, and needing to stitch quite different historical elements together, the Hedberg succeeds in creating a new performing and creative arts location that ties together all its programmatic elements clearly and dramatically. Congratulations once again to the teams at Liminal Architecture and WOHA.
And I'm joined now by Richard Hassel of WOHA, who's dialed in from Singapore. Well, congratulations and thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's an amazing honour to win it. So I'm sure I'm more pleased than you are. And I'm really sorry I can't be down with LVO and Peter and Jeremy and the rest of the gang from Liminal, because we've developed a very close relationship over the years. So that's my only regret, is I can't be there in person.
Oh, well, look, you've got a very good excuse to come to Tasmania as soon as possible now, Richard, so that you can, enjoy all of the various accolades that have been given to this project. Now, since we spoke with Peter a little earlier in the evening, this project has gone on to receive the named awards for heritage and interior architecture, and now also in public architecture. Can I ask, what does it mean to WOHA to have been involved in such an extraordinary project?
Oh, it means a huge amount to us. We had a very dedicated team as well, and I think was a really great experience working together. And it was a sort of unusual collaboration in that we really designed side by side the whole way through. The period during COVID where we couldn't come down was we had to rely on Liminal completely, and they did an amazing job to keep the energy going and deliver it. But for us in Singapore, I guess it was a great experience. So we got jets flying overhead, and they're rehearsing for National Day here. I'm not sure if it's coming through. It's really meaningful to us because it's a completely different environment working in beautiful Hobart, different scale, different community. So it's always really rewarding to make those new friends and new connections and test out ideas in different locations. So I think creatively it was a fantastic experience for us.
Now, I did ask Peter about the long-term, or what you hope the legacy would be for this project. Can I pose that same question to you, please, Richard? What do you think the long-term benefits will be of this extraordinary building?
I think it has an extraordinary brief and an extraordinary set of stakeholders. So in a way, I think it's doing things that haven't really been tried before, to put so many different entities together in one building. So I think the creative possibilities are amazing. So I'd love the legacy to be some really amazing work that could only have come out of Tasmania and Hobart and this building. Those factors in combination would mean it was a real success.
And before I let you go, do you have a message for the Liminal team who are in Tassie tonight?
Yes, love you guys, love you all, and so appreciate the times we had together and all the collaboration on the design, because it was a really intense working and personal relationship we had in the end. It was fantastic. So just sending them lots of love.
Fantastic, well said. Well, look, congratulations, Richard, to you and to the entire WOHA team on this extraordinary project. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
You too. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
And now to the COLORBOND Award for Steel Architecture, supported by BlueScope. And I'd like to hand over to Margot Bon from BlueScope to introduce the nominees.
Thanks, team, and hello, everyone. On behalf of BlueScope, I thank you for all your support. We are so honoured to assist you in creating such groundbreaking projects that truly celebrate Australian steel. Now, let's take a look at the 5 projects in the running for this year's COLORBOND Award for Steel Architecture.
River Rocks by David Luck Architecture. The Boathouse by Maguire and Devine Architects. House in Tasmania, Big Red by Architect George. The Mary's Hope by Starbox Architecture. And Long Beach Amenities by Preston Lane. Some great projects there, and thanks so much for that message, Margot. And without any further ado, the 2022 COLORBOND Award for Steel Architecture is awarded to Long Beach Amenities by Preston Lane. Long Beach Amenities explores the implementation of robust, enduring materiality with playful interpretation. Equal angle steel uprights adorn the main facade, forming a visually permeable curved screen. Subtle colour variations of vertical elements help the building bleed into the surrounding landscape. Long Beach Amenities is a playful, durable and adorable addition to our community, and is a wonderful demonstration of how a simple building can add enormous community value. Congratulations once again to Preston Lane.
Well, indeed. Congratulations once again to the team. Second live cross of the evening. They're back in front of the screen. Congratulations, guys. How does it feel to receive this second named award this evening?
Yeah, it's great. Look, we always love to do our best with every project. So very much appreciative of being, I suppose, people to be awarded on this project as well. So thank you.
Excellent. Now, we heard a little bit about the project in our earlier cross, Daniel. This award obviously recognises the exceptional use of steel as a material in projects. How important was steel to you to help realise your design intent here?
Yeah, look, steel was very important. We wanted to create a veil which sort of ran around the perimeter of the building, and I suppose just the detail and the angle which we used was going to reflect the light, and so it could actually sort of the light and the colour could reflect the water and also the landscape around the surroundings. So, and the lightweight structure as well is very, very important for the project. So we do thank our structural engineer who worked with us very closely for this project, which was Alterations.
Good old Aldenmark. Nice to get a shout out in for those guys. Is there anyone else that you'd like to acknowledge or thank who was involved in potentially, the steel fabrication side of this project?
Look, Structural Metal Fabrications did the steel work, and all Macquarie Builders were the builders for the project. But I think that the detailing and the discussions that we did have with the structural engineers, and Tim Watson in particular, was very, very important for this project. And even down to the detailing sort of around the concrete soffit and things like that as well, where we have got sort of used the steel for the off form as well. So that was important through the process.
Absolutely.
Anything you'd like to add before I let you go?
No, I think Hawthorn lost the football by 13 points this afternoon, so yeah, nothing else at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the update. Well, look, on that note, guys, good luck. You are now in the running for the National COLORBOND Award for Steel Architecture, obviously, which will be announced in November this year. So all the best on that score. And I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night.
No worries. Thank you very much. Thank you. Da.
Well, it's now time for the final announcement of the night, the Tasmanian Architecture Medal, also supported by BlueScope. The Tasmanian Architecture Medal is the highest honour given at the Tasmanian Architecture Awards and may be awarded to any project of an exemplary standard. All of the projects that received a named award tonight have been considered by the jury for this honour. And now I'd like to hand back to Margot Bond from BlueScope to announce the winner.
Hello again. We are so thrilled to present this award to the project that is considered the best of the best across all categories this year. It's my absolute pleasure to announce that the 2022 Tasmanian Architecture Medal is awarded to the Hedberg by Liminal Architecture with Woha. Congratulations.
The Hedberg places Tasmania at the forefront of the performing arts scene and allows opportunities to inspire a generation. The building's contextual relationship with key heritage elements of the Hedberg Garage and Theatre Royal afford the development to successfully marry together a missing link of Hobart's cityscape. The design resolution captures and celebrates perceptions of Hobart and Tasmania as a culturally autonomous and artistically enterprising community, a community now firmly at the centre of the performing arts world, and is a wonderful contribution to Hobart's growing list of successful public and cultural spaces. Congratulations once again to Liminal Architecture with Woha.
And Peter Heffernan is on the line via Skype, joining me for another live cross. Well, Peter, this is the, 4 named awards and this indeed very high honour. How does it feel for the team?
Well, actually quite unexpected because I started to relax and thinking that we were done, but this is obviously an incredible honour. Again, I just wanted to, on behalf of Liminal and Woha and the extensive collaborative team, to thank the jury for acknowledging this project. Obviously, we've sacrificed a lot to realise this project, and there were many times, as I mentioned before, that so many obstacles that at many stages we didn't think this project was actually going to come to fruition. So it's very rewarding, and on behalf of everyone, I just think that thank you. It's a great honour.
Well, there were 2 distinct themes among the many jury accolades there, Peter. One relating to the contribution this building makes to Hobart's cityscape, but the other relating more broadly to Tasmania's standing as a cultural centre. Would you like to pick up on either or both of those themes in response to those jury comments?
Yes, I think that as practitioners, Liminal are also well invested in the performance sector. We're involved in performance, we're involved in set design. We see the talent that is here in Hobart, in Tasmania, and can often see how having state-of-the-art facilities is so necessary, has been so necessary here. But the talent has excelled in spite of not having the facilities. So now I'm hoping that, or we are all hoping that, the investment that has gone into recognising the expertise and the skill that is in this state, that this centre will actually enable people to just go even further in their careers We're on an island, but we're so competitive globally, and sometimes we just don't have the resources to push us to that next level. So this building is very much the university, the theatre, or the state government. Everyone has ambitions and believe in what's possible in this state. So this will just be a much needed supportive mechanism to help people to develop their skills and reach to that global level.
Well, here. Now, we did talk about some of the people who were involved, the stakeholders and collaborators who you thanked earlier. Is there anything that you'd like to add to that, Peter, before I let you go?
Just that we've got an incredible team here, and I think we do things a bit differently here in Tasmania. We believe in the place, and we believe that what can be created in this place is unique and doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. So I think if you just the sort of incredible acknowledgement and what we've seen tonight with what locals can do, very much on minimal means, we sort of can do a lot with not much resources. And so I think that just in general should be celebrated, because we do push the benchmark with what's possible.
Absolutely. And do you have a message for all of your peers and colleagues who are at Spring Bay Mill at the moment, Peter?
Have a few drinks for me. Jeremy, Amy and Jen, make the most of tonight. And I hope everyone just has a good night.
Well said. Well, look, Peter, congratulations once again to you and everyone involved on this project, which is such a gift to the people of Hobart, Tasmania, and, indeed Australia, a place that everyone should visit. And on that note, I'll leave you to enjoy your night.
Thanks, Viv. Good night.
See you later. And that brings the evening almost to a close, but we're going to try to have a very quick chat with the Tasmanian State Manager, Jen Nichols, and I can see she's on the line with Katie. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi Viv, we're well, thank you. You've done a great job.
Oh, thank you. Well, as have you, bringing everyone out sort of behind the curtain. I don't know what's going on behind it, so paint a picture for us. What's happening at Spring Bay Mill right now?
Well, Spring Bay Mill is an incredible complex that Gilby Bruin have worked on, and it is amazing. So we're in the sort of main reception space, and there's beautiful long table dinners, subtle lighting, and everyone's having a ball. The food's been amazing, and there's this beautiful warmth and collegial feeling in the room, and it's really a testament to the incredible community that is our architecture community here in Tasmania.
Fantastic. And what's the vibe like in the room? Is everyone having a good time?
There is so much fur going down in that room, and everyone is having a ball.
Excellent. Now, Jen, this streamed format is a chance for people outside Tasmania, and indeed people who aren't even part of the profession, to tune in and see some exceptional architectural projects. Do you have a message for people watching around Australia tonight about the profession in Tassie?
The profession in Tasmania is extraordinary. The work that they produce is beyond measure. It's absolutely incredible. They do incredibly well on the national stage, and I just think that the community, watching the way that they support each other is actually truly very special. So it's a great thing to be a part of. My team and I, Katie, Fifi can't be here tonight. For us, it's an absolute honour to work with them. So we thank them all very much.
Wonderful. And look, before I let you get back to the big party that's happening, is there anything else you'd like to say?
We just wish everyone who entered the awards our best, and we're so proud of every project that has entered this year, and we just hope everyone has a wonderful evening.
Wonderful. Well said, guys. Well, Jen and Katie, I'll leave you to enjoy the party. Have an absolutely fantastic time and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much, Viv.
And that brings the announcements to a close. Congratulations once again to the winning practices this evening, and indeed all of the entrants. I'd like to take this opportunity to once again thank the corporate partners and sponsors for their ongoing support of the Institute and the awards program. Always great to have you in the show, and thanks so much for your messages this year. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to award-winning Australian furniture designer Tom Skean, who has very kindly supplied the furniture for our set. I can't tell you how nice it is to be out from behind a desk this year. And just a reminder that we're streaming Architecture Awards every week over the next several weeks. We have South Australia next Thursday night and Victoria on Friday night. You'll find the details on the Institute's website. In the meantime, to the Tassie members, have a fantastic time as the celebrations continue at Spring Bay Mill. It's been an absolute pleasure to be your host once again. To everyone watching, wherever you may be, have a great evening.
You've been watching the 2022 Tasmanian Architecture Awards, proudly supported by BlueScope and Taubmans, Alspec, Dulux and Brickworks, Bondorm Techno, Lysart, Fielders and Bosch, Plan Cover and Architecture Media, as well as the Tasmanian chapter partners, Aldenmark, Access Solutions, Brickworks, Fairbrother, Mackay Timber, Southern Lighting and Distribution, Tasmanian Heritage Council and Allegion.